good. So we'll just continue where Bernie was, just working with the second Saburi. Let's really take your time with it. Just focus on the weight of the body. Just try a little exercise. This is really for the hip work. What you want is the feeling as you come forward, there's like the hips really kind of impacts into the ground. So in this case, what tends to happen is that the sword starts to kind of dominate and then end up with these kind of wobbling things. So I end up with the center not stable and then the cut kind of bounces into it. So just play in this case with cutting through and really finding the hip. So just release through the cut and really just take all the focus into the hips. Kind of hitting the ground with the whole body. So the kind of power in this movement really comes from the hips, kind of pressing into the ground as you come forward. So just in this case, make the sword work, make the shoulders, everything very light. Just feel kind of heavy in the lower body. This way. And really find a kind of stable, grounded position at the end. Just a little exercise. Just to kind of take the focus more into the center. That's okay. That's that. Okay, good. And then try this. You're going to come back here, just lightly place the sword now here, and then just drain the sword down here. And what should happen with the lower body is really nothing. So if I'm really draining down into the body, find the sword, release the cut. The lower body should just stay basically stable. So now just really watch for, if I'm in these kind of positions, I drain down and I need to bring the body back into balance. So just really notice now the balance in the body. As you place the sword, find the extension here, and then just release through the body. The lower body should feel very secure, very stable. So try and kind of access the same feeling from just swinging through the sword. The body should feel very relaxed. So I want tension, I want extension without tension in the body. Just drain through the cut. So nice, nice, nice. There we go. Good, good, good. Okay, good. And just back to the basics of Buru. In this case, we talk a lot about down and up and kind of front and back. Really focus now on the side of the body, so the left side and right side, and think about extension across the body or length across the body. So I always want to kind of maintain this. So this is one Saburi, especially because the focus tends to be on the up here, instead to crunch the body up, and the focus now is on the front. So I tend to crunch the body up to the front and the shoulders. So really think about now maintaining from the Kamaya center the length across the body. So you're going to create space between the sides of the body, and keep this all in a kind of lengthening without kind of pressing out. This is one of the most difficult directions to work with because it's quite kind of subtle in a way. I just want to kind of have a sense of being open, sides of the body. Just for a little with the basics of Buru. Just think about it really relies on the shoulders. So if I go into strength with the shoulders or contraction in the shoulders, this will kind of close the direction down. So this is about kind of relaxing and opening the front of the body. So really keep the kind of front very soft. That's good. Okay, good. And now just work with number 4. So just with a Shomanuchi and work on the same feelings of creating length through the body as you come through. Now this really helps that I find the back in number 4. So the main thing I really want to avoid is the shoulders kind of crunching forward as I come here. So as you do number 4, really basic, really find the back, open the sides of the body out, and then find the cut. Find the back, open out, and then find the cut. So just focus on this kind of left side, right side. Keep really opening the body up. The movement should actually feel very light. That's it. Wow. That's it. Good. Okay, now we're going to number 5. Just look at the same. So now, because you don't find the head, there's a tendency to again go into kind of crunching with the body. So really, in this case, let the sides of the body really open out, especially with the focus on the front of the body and relaxing the front. So the front should be very soft. And even when you find the focus with the hands, basically don't try to kind of engage the front of the body. Keep the back engaged into the hands this way. So really feel the back engaged. So if you like when you do these kind of kokyu movements, I want the back to engage fully through the body, but I don't want the front of the body to engage in the movement. So just think about activating the back, keeping the sides really free. Into openness. So open and extended. Good. Okay, good. We'll work a little bit into the Kumitachi. So what we'll do is just look at the attacking side and the kind of defending side for Gono Awase, which is kind of the basic building block for the Kumitachi. In this case, you're going to cycle between the attacker and the defender. So what I want you to do now is the attacker is really come off the line and find a strike. So if you can imagine the line in front of you, you're just going to kind of weave it with the body. So every time weaving the line off, this way. Yeah. So we'll just start with the attack first, just to kind of practice it. It's got a different kind of quality than the Suburi. Engaging the footwork off the line, this way. And really focusing on the weight of the body pressing forward. Really now, we're trying to stabilize the body. Find the handle and just move. So, sit. Yeah, good. Now, great. Okay, good. And then looking at the defending side. So again, imagine the line, and imagine in this case you're going to stick right to the line, and I'm going to cut right down the center. So stay back, pull the body back and stay on the center line. And you're really going to cut down to the center. So it's a cut right to the center of the person. If you come back this way. You can do 2, 3, 4, depending on your space. So. Wait, what's that? Okay. Good, good, good. That's nice. Okay, good. So Awase is really a practice of hip work, of engaging the hip each time. So you're always cutting down to the center line. So as we go into the Kumitachi, you're now going to work with blocks and finishes, cutting right through the center. So the first move as you come back now, it's still on the line, but you come up to a block, which basically means that the swords will put onto the back hip, and it's pressing into the side of the person. So it's about lined up with their shoulder from here, and then from here you're going to adjust back, find the top of the head, and then find the cut. Engage the hip in this way. These now have really two different qualities. You've got a block back here, and then a finish engaging the hip in this way. So it's just two movements. One is a block, and the second to finish. Wow.
Michael, I'm going to have to go. Thank
Hey,
you.
Serena.
Can I bow out, please?
You can.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Benny.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Very good. Okay, good, good, good. Good. Okay, good. So we'll come into the first Kumitachi, and we'll just practice the very first move for the attacker. So it's really a nice move for the hip sinking. Just really break it down. It comes in one, and then rolling the hip in two, just above the head. Just nice and relaxed. Really with a sense of the weight of the body pressing in, and just find the top of the head. Yeah, feel nice and comfortable as you find this second position. Just look for the balance in the whole body. That's right. good. So this kind of second move is really a kind of transition movement. It doesn't really exist. It's a movement. It's a movement. I'm just going to kind of flow straight through. But what's really important in this case is to actually stop in that movement and really feel the balance, because my ability to later just move through that position is based on my ability to be very balanced. So just really pay attention to these kind of movements here. What I want to be is really, really, really balanced in the body. As you feel the whole body just can relax into the feet. So it's this feeling of kind of draining the body down. What I want to really avoid is being in these kind of positions. Yeah, basically where I'm holding myself up with tension. So just try and find more. Basically, as relaxed as I can be. I like these kind of these stacking stones. You want to really stack the body up in a way that you can just release the body into the ground. Just a feeling of resting or being stacked, depending on how you want to look at it. So the upper body totally relaxed. That's it. Yeah. Good. Nice.
We've lost your video feed, Michael.
Oh, no. What's happening?
Yeah.
Nice. And then just try this really as one movement. So slice through, find the body. So now this is a more dynamic movement, much more difficult to find the center. So just focus on the compressions in the feet and the hands. And really up balance. So really try and find the center. Just again, and try and make it as easy as possible. If you want the movement to really generate the strike. Wow. Nice. Nice. Good. And then just come to the strike from the movement. So you're coming through, find this move. And now the key again is the balance. And I just want to sink the weight now into the right foot. Allow the hips to swing out. And then come forward with the curve. So in this case, you're aiming for the wrist, the person. This, and then really connecting the hips of the sword. So this is the feeling like the hips release the sword. And then you find the cut this way. Just these two movements. 1, 2. Again, just try and make it as relaxed as possible, while still strong strikes, extension. The body should feel nice and calm. That's it. Very nice. Very nice. But sometimes you might see this movement done like this. Sometimes it gets done like this, where the right foot stays forward in this way. And then I just push the hip through this way. So sometimes you might see that the movement done a bit like this, where the front foot stays forward, and then I just insert the hip here. This is it's basically a way to simplify the hip work. It makes it a little bit more sense actually in terms of movement to keep the hip forward. But what you don't do is really engage the hip through it. So with the kind of more traditional way of doing it, the older way of doing it, keeping the feet like this, and then what I do is really engage the hip in the movement this way. So what this movement does is really forces you to engage the hip, and I can cut it down by doing this. But I really miss on this ability to really ground the body and rotate through the hip. So just keep this in mind. You're going to come here into this position and really rotate through the hips. You might sometimes see it done this way. Just a slight modification on the forward. But try the kind of full movement. It's much more difficult to do. So it's that's it. Nice. Nice. Good. And then just really try this fluidly. And if you like, you can add the last attack, but the focus now is just here, and you can also come through into the last attack. Just focus now on this transition is the hardest. So this into the cut this way. Yeah, just really take your time with it. Again, just try and feel nice and calm, balanced. And I want the sword to continue in motion all the time. It's like you're kind of tracing the line with the tip of the sword. Just moves. Oh, come again.
Hello.
That's nice. Good. Okay, good. And then just take it now into the defense roll. So you're going to press forward, slide the hips back, find the sword down. You roll back into the block like we did before, and then change the feet and come into the finish this way. So 3 movements, nice and clear. That's 1, press the hips down. 2, roll back for the block. And then 3, engaging the hip into the finish.
Michael,
Well, oh my
with
God.
this first attack, you have the feeling that you're first moving your weight up to your front foot and then from your front foot moving backwards again, eh?
Yeah, in this case, I'm gonna sink into the back leg. So I'm gonna for this first go, I'm gonna come into here and then to make
Now you push back from your front foot.
Yeah, exactly. Shift everything to the front and then pull
backwards.
This way, yeah. So it's got this feeling. It's like a kind of false start or something. I go, oh.
Not.
So it's got this kind of quality. I'm pressing and then I really pull the body back in this way. So if you've got someone that's very kind of aggressively coming forward with this kind of straight for the solar plexus, I really need to have a sense of drawing away from the space or making space.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that feeling. And a little bit similar to where we started, what I want you to do is now lessen the movement in the sword. So really focusing on the core and engaging the core in the movement and feeling the qualities of the movement that are different with the core. So in this case, just kind of press the sword, just release the sword down. And really focus now the qualities of kind of slamming the body down again here. And then what I'm doing with the hip is roll back, open the hip out. So it's really got a sense of opening and this kind of quality. And then probably a sliding back, engaging the hip in and forward this way. So just lessen the sword work, kind of release through the movement with the arms. Yes. And really focus on the body works exactly the same in terms of the hips, the core. Just nice and loose in the arms. Just so I can focus on really engaging the whole body in the movement through the sword. Wow. Good. There we go. There we go. Good. Good. Okay, good. And we'll just finish with the first Kumitachi, just in Kiminagari style. So just focusing on the backwards movement. What you can do is this, into this, into this. So what's really necessary now is a real sense of mobility in the hips. So the hips are really going to kind of snake through the movements. This. Just keep a sense of real mobility in the hips. So much about the power of the movements. This kind of shift of quality into a really flexible, fluid state. So finding the feet and allowing the hips to stay free. So. There we go, good. Great. Okay, we'll stop. So, okay. はい。どうもありがとうございました。
どうも。
ありがとうございました。
Great, and thank you, Bernie, very much.